Welcome back to the stream, folks. Now you're unmuted. You can say,
hey guys.
Introduce yourselves real quick.
My name is Kirsten Anderson.
Kirsten Anderson.
My name is Olivia Biggs.
Olivia Biggs. I saw you guys play just a little bit ago. I believe we're watching Morin and White on the near side. You could rip there. She fanned it. It worked. Going over on 3 here. Off the net.
I just want to let y'all know my dad just whispered in my ear, please start cracking crazy jokes.
Oh.
So.
Oh, God. I like it. I'm here for it.
And that was supposed to be a joke.
You are related to, in some way, to Kevin, the guy that runs this place. I like it.
He's my daughter.
Your daughter.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm his daughter.
I knew there was something off. Hi, Pokey. Spit out. Starting off 2-0 here. So tell me a little bit about what you guys, how old are you guys? Where are you guys in school? Basic information here.
So I'm 16.
I'm 15.
Okay.
And we both, I started online this year. Liv's been doing online.
Online since 3rd grade, but now we're practicing 4 times a week.
So, yeah. 4 or 5 times a week we practice every morning together.
Wow. You up here at the 692
Yeah,
bench?
right here. Every morning.
Nice.
Ouch.
She fanned that one, didn't she? So you guys are just now just starting to think about recruitment and where you want to play and all that stuff. You got a couple more years to even make a decision, right?
Yeah, a couple more years to make a
We'll
decision.
wait until next year to actually start.
Make sure you stick that microphone right in your mouth,
Yeah.
otherwise nobody can hear you. That's okay. Yeah, so have you guys gotten to see any of the collegiate programs play in person at all, or how do you...
I haven't seen it in person, but I kind of follow around.
I was in golf last year, and I got to watch
Put it to your mouth.
USC win.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so when you guys watch that in person, how do you think, what are the biggest differences between that level and this one?
I feel like they look at the court a lot better than like this age group because they're like always watching where everybody is, and they just make a lot more smarter plays. And I feel like that's just gonna come with age and like more play.
Right.
I think the biggest thing about, like, as you get older and kind of what determines who's better is the amount of errors you make. Like, the errors that, like, me and Liv will find ourselves making, like, they just don't make those errors.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
The unforced,
the
easy
unforced
stuff.
errors,
Yeah.
you know.
And like she said, you know, you start to be more comfortable with the basics of the game. The placement of the ball becomes more secondary to where you're not looking up at the ball, you're looking over the net to see where they are. Is that what you were trying to say?
They're like always looking to see where you're not.
Yeah. So I guess it'd be more intentional about ball placement versus
and definitely a lot more consistency.
just a touch, huh?
Just a touch, you know.
Well, you think that would come with some type of reps.
Yeah, right?
Takes a little while, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I think really that's the reason why I went online, because there's like girls that have been playing since they were 5 years old, you know what I mean? And so, I mean, I think I started at the right time, because I think if I started my junior year, it would be a lot more difficult. But I think that, I kind of just need those touches and those reps. So.
Yeah, so and you came from the indoor space, as most girls do these days.
Yes,
transition
exactly.
out. What may have asked you earlier, but what was the most difficult part of the game for both of you to transition to? What's the hardest thing to catch up on?
I feel like the approaches in indoor and sand are different. So it's like when you transition back to the other one.
Even the footwork, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, everything's different. And you're always like playing defense.
I think honestly, the thing that and I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but I was pondering.
Oh, you're pondering. I like it.
And really, I think keeping everything just down. Like, I feel like an indoor, especially as an outside hitter, I pass across the court to the setter. You know what I mean? Honestly, I think one of the biggest things is just keeping everything low and in front of you. And like I said, like, one of the things that, like, me and Liv practice a lot is, like, a perfect pass is literally just a pass high enough to where we can hand set it, but not too high. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, yeah, I think that definitely the ball control. I mean, yeah.
And it's also, like, different having 2 players versus, like, 6 other players.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because you're touching the ball every play.
I mean, yeah, beach volleyball is not for the weak. Like, I'm just gonna say it now. Like, you seriously, like, you don't catch a break. Like, there is no breaks. You know what I mean? Like, so I think especially with, like, the way that the game has evolved, like, how options are such a big thing now, there is no time to just sit there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's never a break. You're always going. You're always moving.
It's pretty cool to be a part of the sport that I believe is probably the fastest growing female sport in the country as far as scholarship programs.
Definitely.
It has to be.
Definitely. And there's so many new programs.
By the time you guys get up to recruiting time, there'll be dozens more programs coming after you.
Exactly.
So you got a lot. You're going to have a lot of fun options.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. You guys from around here originally, right?
Yeah, I've always been in Texas.
I've moved 9 times. So
9 times.
My dad was in the Army, so we've always moved around.
Gotcha.
Period.
So you're...
She's Alaskian.
Alaskian?
I was born in Alaska.
It's I'd have to... Alaskian? One of those.
Yeah, something like that.
Alaskan.
I mean, I'm Texan. Wait, is that even a thing?
Texans, right?
Okay.
I think that's right. It's a pretty tight game.
I wish I was, like, born somewhere else so I could, like, you know, like in class whenever they're like the first day of school, everyone's like, where are you from? Everyone's always like Texas. So
yeah.
Liv, you get to say Alaska.
Do you know how many people, like, look at me like I'm crazy when I say that?
Yeah. I feel like because, like, in Texas, there's nothing else but Texas. You know what I mean? Like, no one in Texas thinks about anywhere else. Like, it's just Texas.
I think that's how it should be.
Yeah,
personally.
right? I love Texas.
That's right. So it's a pretty big benefit to having your dad be able to open up this facility whenever he wants to, and you get to all the reps that you need.
Exactly.
What would you say is the biggest thing you've improved upon in the last year, really concentrating on the sport?
I mean, I honestly, like, I have, like, improved. Like, I literally go back and I watch, like, film from, like, literally, like, 5 months ago, and I actually had no idea what I was doing. Like, I didn't know what guarding was. I literally knew nothing.
Yeah.
It's literally not funny. Anyways, so, but, like, looking at it now, like, and I watch, like, the way I play now, and, like, my offense has improved so much. And a lot of that comes with, like, I dedicated myself. I feel like before, I was, like, I still care a lot about my social life, but, like, before I was, like, more locked in on what my social life was, you know? And now I'm just kind of, like,
actually, this is the fun part of life.
Yeah, I'm like, this is good. Like, I go to the gym every single day. I go to a program called D1 Performance every single day to train, and I do this. So, like, and I feel like it just all pays off.
That's awesome. So, in your training programs athletically, you've noticed a big difference in that.
Exactly.
Helping your game, you think?
Yeah, especially, like, my vertical. And, like, so what I tell myself all the time, I'm like, in this amount of time of 4 months, like, how much more can I do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, or 5 months, whatever. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I screwed up the score somewhere along the way.
Whoops.
But I think we're at 11 serving 10 right now.
Yes. So good.
What was the question? Sorry.
Yeah, Liv. Tell us the
what
part
did
of
you
your
improve
game
on?
that you improved on the last 6 months or a year. You think the most?
I like look at the court better, and I have like better court vision, and I'm always trying to better myself, and I've like started working out more, and like playing every single day. I've noticed that my ball control's better, and I'm always getting reps and touches, which is always helping. So I just feel like it's just improving. And I feel like since I've been hitting the gym every day, I'm like hitting harder and I'm jumping higher.
I'm definitely jumping higher. That's like my biggest like plus. Like I could not jump. Like honestly.
Have you done a lot of work in kind of seeing your foot position on the sand, jumping the sand? That's totally different than indoor, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's different when you come out here and you realize like how much higher you don't get up.
That's right.
Like rather than playing indoor.
Yeah, exactly. But then also, if you do indoor and you're putting in the same amount of work also doing indoor, you realize, look at how much higher I'm jumping in indoor.
Right.
You know what I mean? But really, yeah.
What for both of you, this is a question for both of you, what is the one part of your game that you feel like needs the most work going in the next few months?
I feel like I need to hit more often than I do.
Yeah, honestly.
I feel like I shoot too much, which I feel like I'm working on.
Yeah, I think that me and Liv sometimes kind of are afraid to make errors or don't want to make too many errors. But really, the game, like, it's a mental game, and it's whoever's the most aggressive, the most confident, I feel like always wins the game. You know what I mean?
I feel like we try not to make so many like unforced errors that we are too safe.
Too careful.
Yeah, that it's just like free balls.
Like last weekend we played in California for West Coast Championship, and the one game we played, we just said, okay, if you make an error, let it go.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter because like
hit as hard as you can.
Yeah, just because the thing is like you're never gonna play a really good team and just be able to free ball it over. Pokey it over, like you're gonna have to swing and make errors, be aggressive.
Right. I have noticed that even at the pro level, you know, the teams that commit themselves to the more aggressive plays ends up paying off for them in the long run.
Yeah.
Especially at the very top level. You know, our brothers playing the AVP, and you know they're the team that puts a lot of pressure on the jump serve ends up coming out ahead more often than not.
I think I said this before, but me and Liv totally learned that. I think like we dedicated one person, like serve aggressive, but just float it so we know you're going to get it in. Just don't serve to them. And then one of us top spin, especially in California with the winds that are there right on the beach.
Yeah.
And I mean, we scored so many points, and if we didn't, we got them out of system almost every time.
That's the deal. You have that first pass, especially at this level, sets up the whole play to where that pressure.
It's honestly just a risk. Like it might be the other team's game point. I know, like one of us will be serving top spin, and we're like, should we actually do it? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like I've noticed that we've gotten a lot more aces, and like, because like I go back and watch the film, and me and Kiki are getting like so many more aces than we normally would with just like a float serve.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's almost like a lollipop.
And a lot more free balls.
A lot
more free balls, and whenever we get a free ball, there's so many more options. Yeah.
I feel like we get the free ball and we're just like, okay, terminate this and just get the point.
Yeah.
It's a free ball, so we should earn every single free ball point.
Yeah, and that's honestly our focus, and we work on that a lot. Is like every single free ball, like we should be able to put away.
Yeah.
You know, which obviously doesn't always happen, but you know, it should.
What was you said you played on the West Coast in a tournament recently. What was the most fun variable? You mentioned the wind. And you know, when my brother's playing Manhattan Beach or Hermosa Beach, it's mostly one direction, but it's pretty steady.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
And so you have to really pay attention, and sometimes they'll set the same direction every time just to give themselves more time.
I noticed that like players would hit to the ocean side.
That's exactly what I told. Like we talked about because we like did a practice and we ran like back sets, and said hit to the ocean because the wind will carry it.
And we also served from ocean side.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like it not only kept our serves harder, but it also always kept them in.
Yeah. So
it makes this game is so cool because of that. You get to, it's like having a different map every time,
exactly.
different place. Now the game's totally different. There's a different variable. Whereas indoor, you don't have the sand, so it's not inconsistent. The floor's the same every time. You don't have the sun, so you don't have the players that are not as in good a shape rewarded. You know, you're in air conditioned facilities, and you know of course the wind. You know, helps the people that are more prepared and more polished. Ball control, it exposes that. So.
Yeah,
ball
exactly.
control is probably like the biggest thing with this.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing in the sport. The person, like,
because it's like after, like, say you shank one ball, you just have to be like, forget it, I'm gonna get this next one.
Yeah, definitely. It's the healthy short-term memory loss, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. The game is such a mental game, you know, and once a team gets in your head, which me and Liv experienced in California a couple times.
I feel like we're very pretty positive about it. We're just like, okay, like, let's just get it back.
Yeah.
Or we'll just, like, say something that, like...
Exactly. But it also helps whenever, like, me and Liv hang out, every single day. Like, because we're together every single day. We're, like, best friends. There's nothing negative to say to each other. Like,
that does help.
You know what I mean?
You're eliminating that variable of partner conflict.
Exactly.
Because you know each other so well. And your communication gets more natural, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's our thing. Me and Liv play so much better when we communicate. There's things we struggle with, like waiting on the ball, and we're always like, okay, wait, Liv, right before we set. We're always... I
feel like we always coach each other. Like, we really coach each other during games.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, it was really good to have you guys join us. That was a really good game there we're watching, and hope you guys that are watching on the stream enjoyed that. And Cady and Liv, y'all free to join over here anytime.
Whoop, whoop. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.